I did not think that through. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Just another struggling writer. The Beleaguered Author's one-stop shop for commiseration and hopefully inspiration. My name is Carrie Scher, and I am just another struggling writer. Well, I'm glad you're here because I'm actually just about to hop on some live writing sprints hosted by Cody the Writer, Natalie Jane Shields, and Taylor Ann Wright. They are hosting a 10,000 word weekend challenge. And listen, this will be my first time participating in these live sprints. They are usually held at times where I am not available. And unfortunately, that is actually true this weekend. I have a lot of stuff already planned. I've got my kids, we're gonna go shopping. But I don't want to pass up the opportunity to jump in with some fellow creators and get some writing done. So while I don't think that I'm going to be able to participate in all of the streams this weekend, and I definitely don't think I'll be hitting 10K, I am using this challenge and these streams as motivation to get a big chunk of words done. I'm hoping between 5,000 and 8,000, and I'm actually cheating a little bit because I already got 454 words earlier today that I'm counting towards the weekend. We do what we gotta do to hit those numbers. Am I right? So I'm gonna hop on with those streams. I'm gonna have fun with it. Like I said, I don't know that I will be entirely productive, but I'm looking forward to it all the same. Hey y'all, we are now post live stream, and oh my god, that was so much fun. I got so much done. Now granted, I did cheat a little bit. I did have almost 500 words already before we started, but throughout the course of the stream, I got over 1,500 words. So grand total on the day of 2,073 words, which when I came in today knowing I was going to hop on this live stream, my goal was 2,000. So I hit that, and I am so thrilled. I am moving through a piece of the outline that I have never written before, even in my previous attempts to draft this project. I am exploring facets of my character that I hadn't gotten to touch on in the outlining and the world building phase. I'm learning more and more about her relationship with her partner, I guess, at the secret government agency, and I'm just making progress in the draft. I am up over 33,000, I think over 34,000. I can't see the total from here, but well past that 25,000 word barrier that I broke last month. And I'm really looking forward to doing some more streams this weekend. I've got some plans. I'm going to take my daughter shopping to spend some of her Christmas money. I'm going to get some books. Really excited about it. Can't wait to do a haul. So I'll probably miss one or two of the other streams throughout the weekend. But my intention going into tonight and into the rest of the weekend was to hit between 5,000 and 8,000 words. And I'm in really, really good shape to do that. If I do even like 2 more streams like this, I think I can get there. So very, very excited. For my first Friday night of the new year, as you know, Fridays are have tended to be a little bit of a black hole for me, I'm happy to say that I am bucking that trend so far. Now, granted, I'm not always going to have the benefit of the community motivation in the live streams, but I'm pretty pleased with what I've done. I'll check back in with you guys tomorrow. Like I said, I'm planning on checking into at least one stream tomorrow, possibly two, and we'll just continue trucking. Hey y'all, it is now Saturday afternoon and I am just checking in before I attend the next live writing sprint for the 10K weekend. I missed the early afternoon session, the noon to 2 one, because I was out shopping with my kids. Little disappointing, didn't find as much as I would like, but I did find this cup at Goodwill and look what it says. It says, "My character's tears" on it. So it needs to be washed before I can use it, but I just thought that was funny. Like, who in my immediate area is also a writer? And how can I hook up with you? But anyway, I just thought that was really funny. I'm really excited about adding that to my repertoire. It is currently 3:30, so we've got a little bit of time before the 4 o'clock sprint starts, but I'm really excited. I'm hoping to do at least 1,500 words in this sprint. That will add on to my 2,000 words that I got yesterday. I'm gonna go ahead and start getting everything set up. Hey y'all, just checking in with another quick writing update. I have just come off of sprint number 2 for the weekend, and that was not quite as productive as the sprint yesterday was. I only got 1,388 words, but what I will say is I'm actually really grateful that we are doing the sprints this weekend because I am at a extremely boring part of my manuscript. My main character is like just going through orientation at the secret government agency and being info dumped on a lot, quite a bit, learning more about the agency and magic in general. And I know I've said that a couple of times, but this is like the part where she is actually being educated, not just picking things up. She's actually sitting in orientation classes and getting actual like onboarding, but she's learning things that she was not told before or would not have known until going through this part. And I'm trying to streamline it as much as possible and make it not as info dumpy and hopefully make it interesting, but I know that this is going to need to be revised. And I honestly have so much respect in the world for people who write Magical Academy or any sort of academy sort of stories, because like, how do you write about this stuff in an interesting way? How do you get the character up to speed in a way that also gets the reader up to speed in a way that isn't boring and slow and info dumpy? So these are problems for future Carrie, but I'm kind of excited that I'm in this space, even though it is a little on the boring side, because it is a part of the manuscript I've never written before, and B, I'm just moving through it. I'm just clipping along because I obviously know all the information, so I'm able to just dump it all out, and it's being extremely productive for my word count, but like I said, it is just a little bit on the boring side. I'm sorry, y'all. I think there's a short in the aux cable that connects my microphone to the camera, so I keep losing half of my audio without realizing it. I'm gonna try and get that replaced really soon. Anyway, sorry about that. I was trying to hit 35K before I came on camera, but I have another video that I need to film, and I anticipate it to be a long one. It's for my other channel. I'm going to be doing a tier ranking of all 55 books that I read last year, and I think it'll be really fun. Gotta get that filmed, and then the next sprint is from 8 to 10. So long story short, I'm at 34,864. I would love to hit 40K by the end of the weekend. Is that going to happen? I'm dubious. 5,000 words between tonight's sprint and tomorrow's 2 sprints seems a little bit of a stretch, especially since everything. My kids go back to school next week. I go back to school next week. My new term starts on Monday, and just all the regular Sunday stuff. But we're going to try. If not, I would settle for 38K. All of this is just incredible because, like I said, when I started on the 1st, I was just literally in the single digits over 30,000, or like double digits, like 30,034 words. So just to have gotten this much in so short a span is still pretty cool. So I am going to sign off. I'm going to film that other video, and then I will check in again before the next live stream starts. Okay, y'all, it is now almost 8 o'clock and I am just about to join the 3rd writing sprint of this video. And if I seem tired, it's because I just filmed my tier ranking of all 55 books that I read in 2024 video. And dear God, it took me over an hour. I did not think that through. So I didn't get really a break between the 2 live streams, unfortunately. And I'm really hungry and I'm trying to make dinner. So I don't anticipate that the sprint is going to be as productive as some of the other ones, but still, any additional words is progress. And so I'm not going to be mad about it, but I'm going to be up and down a little bit more during these sprints, making dinner and replenishing my chi. We got just a few minutes, so let's get to it and see what we can come up with. Hey everyone, it is just after 9 o'clock and I actually decided to duck out of the last live stream of the day a little early because that video that I filmed took so long. I needed to make dinner still and I was up and down and I'm just kind of wiped out. So I am calling it a day right here and now. I got 1,997. I was tempted to just push myself over the 2,000 word mark, but I don't need to. I'm already in a really good spot for like meeting my goal. I don't know if I talked about this at all, but my soft goal is to have this draft done by the end of Q1, and I'm so far on pace. I'm still adding quite a few words. I'm almost certainly going to blow past 90K. Maybe it's premature to say that I am on pace because I no longer know what my target word count is to be aiming for, but I made some really good progress today. I'm almost done with chapter 10. I said I was done with chapter 10 yesterday, but I misspoke. I was wrong. I was not done with chapter 10 yesterday, but I am almost done with it now. Probably maybe 600 more words will get me there. I have to add a scene in chapter 11 based on the ripple effect of what I have added. Thing is I'm introducing a main character, not a main character, but an important secondary character in the next chapter. But she's also in charge of the training montage. So there's going to be a lot of off-page stuff going on and just montages or getting to the point. So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to make her screen time count and matter and make her importance to the character and to the story matter and feel earned without lingering too long in a part that is certainly going to drag, especially since I've given a lot of screen time to other moments and it's all spread out, but other moments and other characters. But that's a problem for future Carrie. Today, like I said, I am getting through the beginning part of what was originally Act 2 of the 6-act structure. I have no idea where that sits now because I can't possibly leave the acts where they are. Otherwise, I'm going to end up at 150K. So I don't know where I'm at in the plot structure, but I am early in the 2nd act of the 3-act structure for sure. I can't remember what I made the midpoint. Oh, this is the midpoint. I don't know if it still feels like the midpoint. So I made a ton of good progress so far. I've written over 5,000 words in the last 2 days. I hope to add at least another 2,000 tomorrow. That's probably where I'm going to leave it at 2,000, just because I can't sit here all day and write and try and get more than that. But I've got to edit that long ass video and I've got to get my kids ready for school. I just saw that we're expecting 10 to 14 inches of snow on Thursday, and I live in North Texas, so that raises some eyebrows to say the least. So next week may be a little hectic. So I'm glad that I'm getting out ahead of my writing this week. I am now 4 days into 2025 and I've written all 4 days. And yeah, I would say it's going splendidly. I will check in with you guys tomorrow before the next sprint. It is no longer a 10K weekend, for me at least. I am now revising my hopes to, let's say, 75K. That would be outrageous if I got 3,500 words tomorrow, but it is not outside of the realm of possibility. As you know, I like to set big goals and then settle for a moderate goal. Because if the main goal that I set is moderate, then I'm going to settle for less, which is probably a problem. But I've worked out a system where I just set a goal that is so outrageous that I settle for what I should have done anyway. Does that make sense? Does it work? Who knows? So for now, big goal 7,500, but probably more realistically 6,000. I'll check in with you guys tomorrow before we get started on the next stream. Just checking in for a quick writing update. It is now Sunday afternoon and we have just wrapped up the penultimate live stream of this 10K weekend. And while I still don't think I'm going to hit 10K, I would have to pretty much work straight through until like 9 o'clock tonight. I am on pace to hit that 75K. I am pretty pleased about that. I'm currently sitting on the weekend at 5,971. So for this last live stream from 6 to 8, I need to hit just over 1,500. And I have been consistently hitting almost 2,000 words per stream, at least during the streams that I am like actively sitting down and writing the whole time. Now, it will be dinner time, so maybe not. But I think that if I don't hit it during the stream, I have sufficient motivation to go ahead and push through to get the 75K. So while it's not the huge 10K weekend, it is still a big number that I'm pretty proud of already. And not just because of the number itself, but because of the actual movement through the plot that I am doing. I think I mentioned yesterday that I'm currently at a point in the plot that I have not yet written before. And it's helping me answer some questions I was not able to answer in the outlining phase and smooth over some gaps that I was kind of worried about, because listen, there were just some things that weren't making sense to me as I was outlining, and I was sort of counting on getting ideas on how to make it all fit together in the draft. And fortunately, so far, it's starting to feel like it's all connected and that I do have the building blocks and I am laying the foundation to make it all seem like it was a seamless idea rather than just chunks of it being super glued together. That being said, it's still just a first draft. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, and I'm trying to remind myself of that. I wrapped up a scene, but the next one that I'll start with the next live stream is a big one because it introduces a major character. This has been a really productive week and I'm really excited. I'm glad that I decided to commit to it, even though things have been kind of crazy. You know, I still have my kids. We went out shopping yesterday. That took a couple hours, and everything has just been like trying to sit down and write while also attending to what they need and not be too absent of a parent. So with that in mind, I think a 75K weekend is 75K. Jesus Christ. 7,500 is a pretty respectable number. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to do some laundry. I'm going to start dinner, and I'm going to not be at my computer for a while. I think I'm going to do some reading. I just started A Study in Drowning by Ava Reed. So I'm going to read a little bit of that and just not be in front of a screen for a little while. And then I will check in, hopefully, if I give myself enough time before the next stream starts at 6. Hey y'all, just checking in for the last stream, writing sprint stream of this 10K weekend. It is just after 6 o'clock. I just finished eating dinner. We had lasagna. It was delicious. I'm very full, very sleepy, but ready to try and get this last 1,500 words done. My goal, I'm going to fall short of the 10,000. I feel pretty secure in that. I feel equally secure that I can get 1,500 words in the next 2 hours. So I do have some laundry going, and I do have other things that I'm going to have to try and manage as I wind down on this Sunday evening. But I'm pretty sure that I'm going to go ahead and knock out this next 1,500 words. Now, I say that, knock on wood, knowing that I'm going to go into a very important scene, introducing a very important character, and I know I'm going to want to get it right. Anyway, we are just about to get started with our first sprint, so I will check in with you later. Hey y'all, just checking in to wrap up this 10K weekend writing vlog. Did I hit 10K? No, I did not. Did I hit 7,500? No, I did not. In that last stream, as we were getting started on the final sprint, I had to duck out because me and my partner kind of had to game plan the upcoming week. We are, as many people are, preparing for the upcoming winter storm and what that means for, you know, schools being out and work and whatnot. And then by the time that we kind of wrapped that up, I just didn't really feel like getting back into it, and I was pretty satisfied with my output. So I finished up with just over 7,000 words, 7,135, I think is where my total ended up. And that averages out to just under 2,500 words a day over the last 3 days. And that is pretty incredible, considering that without this challenge to push me, I probably would have gotten my 500 to 750 words the last 3 days and then called it quits there. And I did 3 times that amount. And so I am grateful to Natalie and Taylor and Cody for putting on these writing sprints. It really helped me out a great deal. I am now just under 40,000 words in the draft at 3,800 or 38,000 and change. It feels like only a few weeks ago, I guess because it was, that I was sitting at 25,000 and feeling like that was a huge accomplishment. And it was at the time, but now I have my sights set on 45K, which would have marked the original midpoint. I am not thinking it is currently the midpoint, but looking at my outline and what I have and what I am covering so far, I'm thinking 55 might be the new midpoint, which means I'm going to way overshoot my 90K. But that's okay, because with creative boosts like this, with outputs like I had this weekend, not only does that mean I'm staying on my pace to have this draft finished by the end of Q1, I'm actually way ahead, even with the extended word count that I am expecting. I am just getting into a really important scene where I am introducing a very important character who is going to reoccur. And like I have mentioned, I am now into a part of a draft I've never tried to write before. And that feels really exciting and kind of scary, but it is just so incredible to feel not afraid of what I am working on. And by that, I mean, like, I'm not bumping up to a point where I'm like, I don't know what comes next, because I do. I definitely know what comes next. I have this detailed outline. I have extended notes, and I have a roadmap that if I do decide to follow a whim and get sidetracked and add things like I have several times so far, I know where the path needs to take me next to continue on with the story. And at one point during these many writing sessions over this weekend, I did feel like I was writing myself into a plot hole. And just knowing that what I was writing to in that moment was conflicting with what I had outlined meant that I could cover it in the moment. So while there was a time where I was like, oh, this is not jiving with what I had done before, just having that in my mind meant I could fix it as I was continuing on. And now I no longer feel like that plot hole is as much of an issue. And if I haven't erased it completely, then it's something I can definitely handle better when I reach the moment where it might be a plot hole, or in revisions at the very latest. I'm so glad that I took the 6 months, I think it was, so 5 months, to completely world build and outline. It's working out fabulous, and I highly recommend it if you are on the fence. Like I said, that wraps up this 10K weekend. For me, it was just over a 7K weekend, and I am so glad that I took the time out of my weekend to participate in it, even though I am a little bit sick of sitting in this chair. I am looking forward to kind of getting back into a sort of normal rhythm. The kids go back to school this week. Of course, we've got this winter storm that might throw a wrench in things, but all of the pauses in extracurriculars are over and done with. Back to swimming lessons, back to theater rehearsal, back to everything that normally goes on. My new term starts for school, so it's back to trying to make sure I am attending to that kind of work as well. It is just another reason why I'm so grateful we had a weekend like this where I was able to get ahead, knowing that all this is coming up. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate you. If you like my content and want to support the channel, please like and subscribe, or consider leaving a comment down below. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave me like a running man emoji, like he's running a 10K, because that's what I felt like we all did with our writing this weekend. In my next video, I hope my vlog will be more consistent, unlike last week's midweek vlog. I hope you look forward to it, and I will see you then. Bye.